thing.
So it is gone for sure. Okay, so let's talk about this boxwood wreath.
Can you believe that it is a real boxwood wreath?
It's beautiful.
It's preserved.
Yeah.
So you don't have all that crazy maintenance.
So it's petals of real boxwood. So you know boxwood, the little hedges we love in our garden, and sometimes we make, well, if you love Edward Scissorhands, you know, he made all kinds of things out of their boxwoods, but you can really shape them into anything you want.
Right.
So Ellen's idea was, again, she loves bringing the outdoors in, and this is a real boxwood plant that has been preserved for posterity forever.
Forever. Oh,
And
yeah.
you can hang it wherever you'd like, or I like how you've done it on the table.
Yeah, you know, we can play around with it and do all kinds of different things. It's a 14-inch diameter wreath, so it works really well for a window, a tablescape like we did here. We use the luminaries also to just add a little glisten to it.
Right.
But now a little bit about boxwoods. They're a plant that is just rich in texture. They're very lush, very plush, and the green color pops no matter what time of year it is. So different than a typical pine wreath, for example, that seems to be very wintry.
Yes.
It does have that effect. This could be used in the winter, but also in the summer, and it feels like it lends itself to both really well.
Right.
You know, we have this nice plush fullness here, and again, as we did here, we put it down flat for a tablescape.
And I love these, by the way, are these wonderful luminaries that are done in pear, apple, and pomegranate, done in porcelain, and they light up from within on timers. If you'd like those, you can choose the ones that you'd like. We have them on the window back here, Tanya, which I think looks really great.
Yeah,
it's so springy.
And because of their size, they're a little smaller than your typical large wreath, which I love because then you can do multiples of them. Put a few of them up and carry it throughout the house.
And you know, you could attach things to them if you want to, seasonally, or I think they're beautiful just all by themselves. They're very fresh. They've got that that wonderful sort of ambiance of bringing the outdoors in and that feng shui and, you know, all of the, like the indoor fountains and that type of thing.
Well,
but they're just so easy to work with.
It's something that Ellen does really well. So I, as a designer, have used fake boxwoods before. They're plastic and they feel like plastic. You touch this because it is real, it feels real. So it's as simple as that.
But it's never going to lose its petals or dry out, or it's been completely preserved for you professionally. So you can see over here we're looking at the dining table. Let's walk over to that shot because I just think you did such a lovely job with decorating this table.
I had lovely things to work with, you know?
So these are Ellen's animal mugs and plates, which are available. Also, this apple candle is available. We'll come and see everything here. You can still pick that up. It's beautifully done in silver. The measuring cups you're seeing here are coming up in the show. And here's that ducky basket. Look how big these baskets are. Don't you love them?
They are such an enormous size. You can do so much with it.
Yeah.
So this here, we put the candle in, as you said. Over there, we use the luminaries. You could use Ellen's bird cage fixture in the middle and put a candle.
Perfect.
So there's many different ways that you can play around with it and have fun. But what I love the most is the texture. Texture is so important when you're creating a tablescape, if you're adding layers in your design. So when you have this plush, green, gorgeous color, you're bringing the outdoors inside.
And it's different. It's not your typical. It's not too. And you know, I think it's very. It's modern. It's very unisex. I know my husband gets sometimes tired of all the frilly, florally things all the time, and he would really love something like this. And you know, you can use this outside in a covered area. Don't leave it outdoors. It's not for outdoors. But if you have, you know, a glass storm door, you can hang it in between that and your main door. You can also put this out on your deck if you're, you know, going to be entertaining, having an outdoor dining type of an engagement. But you know, just be sure and bring them back in. I think they're so pretty.
And a nice little tip on keeping them looking fresh and vibrant. We know they're preserved, but if you miss them once every 2 to 3 months, just lightly spray them with water. They'll keep that vibrancy to it, so that green will stay.
That's a really good tip. Frank is updating me as we speak. A lot of you are picking up more than one. There are not many of these left to go around. I think it's because there are so many places to use these. They are so pretty in the window, and if you don't have large windows, as these are only 14 inches, so they don't look like you're hanging a giant front door wreath in the dining room windows if you want to put a couple of these, and they just really are seasonless. So they'll work as well during the winter holidays as they do now in the springtime.
Yeah, and you know where we see boxwoods a lot? in topiaries. So normally you would associate the boxwood with topiaries. I associate topiaries with France. So it brings a little bit of that French provincial feel. And I know that Ellen did a lot of inspiration hunting in France. So this is where the topiary-esque boxwood design came from.
I like that a lot. And I have boxwoods in my garden, and I just love that they kind of frame everything beautifully.
Right.
The pathways and the flowers in certain sections. So this wreath is going to do the same thing in your home. If you wanted to, frame something beautifully on the table, or again, if you want to do a little cluster of these, you could hang it among family photographs. It's not that big.
There's so many fun things you can do, and we just showed you several examples: tablescape, window, over the mantle.
Right.
Tons of ways to add texture to your table.
I love it. I love all your ideas. That's why you're here.
Hey.
So stay on the lines for this one. We've got lots more to show you. We do not have a lot of these left to go around, and it's the first time you've seen it all season. So that is Ellen's boxwood wreath, freshly preserved. It's a real boxwood preserved permanently for you to have forever and ever. All right, again, a quick reminder of